The budget was released this week too, right? So the one item that a lot of people noticed was the number of councillors who expensed the cost of their verified Twitter accounts to taxpayers. What do you make of that?
First of all, if you're paying for Twitter, you're a dork. I'm just going to say it. I know that's name calling, but it's true. You're a dork. You shouldn't be expensing taxpayers for that because, one, the city of Vancouver has its own Twitter account for public announcements, and the city councillors in question, I believe it was Councillor Mike Klassen and Councillor Lenny Zhao, they also use that for personal reasons. They use that account for political reasons, not just city business. And so I do think it's inappropriate. I do think it's a matter of principle, not in terms of the dollar amount, because the dollar amount is only about $150 a year. And honestly, I think that now that they are charging taxpayers to use Twitter, I think all of their Twitter DMs should be absolutely public and searchable.
Aha, there you go. Photographed, published. I don't know. But it's interesting, Kyle, when we look, and yes, you're right. This is it's $150. It's not about the money. It was more about a question mark. Really? It was one of those, right?
This is how cheap our politicians are. They will nickel and dime the taxpayer. Imagine what else they're expensing. They're probably expensing lunch every day. Like, who knows at this point?
Where does Twitter's money go to? You know, some of the positions taken by Elon Musk and the way that he's run Twitter, I've been very not great, in my opinion. And then to give your money to a corporation and to give taxpayer money to a corporation for that without allowing taxpayers input on whether you should do that, I think is concerning, even if it is only $150.
Okay. But Kyla, this party did run as one that was going to cut costs, right? We certainly heard that for the election campaign when ABC started out. Now we've seen property tax increases of a total of 17% over 2 years. Is ABC delivering on what they advertised?
I haven't seen any evidence of any cost cutting. I've seen a lot of sort of grandstanding about how things that they're going to do are going to cut costs with, as Mo said, no real specifics. But there is no evidence of cost cutting. There is a lot more expenses on all sorts of things. They increased the Vancouver police budget. They followed through on hiring 100 more officers. They're increasing money to go to Ken Sim's office. What they aren't doing is doing anything that is saving any money for the taxpayers at this point.
Okay.
Yeah, money for Ken Sim's office. I remember a time when Lisa Dominato was very critical of Mayor Kennedy Stewart for having a bloated office budget as well. So I don't know. I mean, I know Ken said that, it's a small investment that's going to yield millions of dollars for the city. Didn't really bear that out in any sort of substantive numbers or like cases that he could point to. But, again, Ken branded himself as this black belt in lean forensic accountant guy, and he just hasn't delivered or shown any signs of that. So I think the people of Vancouver should ask him, where are we going to see the savings?